It is a truth, often forgotten, that the end is very rarely the end. Tyrants may fall and galaxies may burn, and life goes on. But, as Alice is about to discover, sometimes there are places that fall through the cracks.
Come in. Comsat Cheshire, please respond. This is Scout Captain Alice Little requesting confirmation. Over.
Hello! Fantastic to meet you, Alice. What can I do for you?
I'm picking up the signal of an old rabbit beacon circling your planet?
Correct. I have refused it landing and broadcast permissions, as its contents have been deemed detrimental to the war effort.
What? But it's the ceasefire declaration. The war is over.
Which I'm sure you'll agree is very detrimental to King Cole's war effort.
It's been 60 years. Who's in charge of your protocols?
All sufficiently ranking Crown officers are dead.
Override code 473GR.
Code refused. You have been deemed detrimental to the war effort. Needle drones DE and DM have been dispatched to assist you. Have a great day.
Now it would take a lot more than being shot down to put an end to someone like Alice. Climbing from the wreckage, she saw something she had only ever read about in storybooks. A rebel encampment. Screams and gunfire drifted faintly on the breeze as she moved down the hill, past the corpses in hand-me-down uniforms and into the base, where a young general stared at her with hazy, unfocused eyes.
Are you in command here? I've been forced to land near your base.
Well then relax, don't be so
The war that was raging is now only waged in this place.
I'm sorry, you're not making
The drums
sense.
brought me down, both the rebel and crown tried to shoot me.
Of course they did, that's what they're
Whoever is leading you needs to be freed of that duty.
I'm general like my father before. War is all there is, rookie. Killing and dying. Do you want to escape? Just take a hit of this. This world is a wonderland once you can understand that.
There must be someone here still
Drink from
sane,
this tincture and think about your final breath.
not broken by the death that
Drink me and eat me, our orders so sweetly obeyed.
their crown base is still in
Just open your mind to the colors you'll find if you stay.
The air in here makes me feel strange.
You wanna find the Red Queen? Just head north a bit. But if you wanna leave, you'll have to drink this. Now take a deep breath and open your eyes.
When Alice finally came back to herself, she was absolutely covered in blood. Luckily, none of it was hers, and she shook her head, trying to get rid of the feeling that she was somehow 40 feet tall. Nearby, she saw soldiers in all manner and colours of uniform. But to her surprise, instead of gunfire, Alice heard the clink of teacups.
What's going on? Shouldn't you be fighting?
Oh, we are fighting. We're just having a ceasefire.
Who are you fighting?
Oh, come with me. I'll introduce you.
Hello!
We fight for our legions.
After you.
No, after you.
I insist.
We fight for our legions with loyalty unmatched. That's not change.
We're consistent, they say.
We shan't be deserters, turn our backs on what we know, that's insane.
It's entirely deranged.
So, which of you is fighting for King Cole?
Oh, it's certainly not me.
It's not me, man's a monster.
I thought you were his colonel.
Pretty sure I'm a major.
Raise your cups.
Raise your cup
to this sordid affair, for today we drink.
Tomorrow we fight. Raise your cups.
Raise your cups.
Majors Hatter
And Hare.
as we're on the brink, just not tonight.
Our entrenchment entrenched till more orders emerge.
While war's borders diverge,
Here we stay.
so while we're on the bench, bring more tea, concierge.
Oh, some lapsang Souchon.
Or Earl Grey.
Forget the tea. You're fighting tomorrow?
Well, actually, I think you'll find that if today's tomorrow's tomorrow, then surely tomorrow's tomorrow is today. No, wait
Raise
a
your
minute.
cup.
Raise your cups.
To this sordid affair, for today we drink.
Tomorrow we fight. Raise your cups.
Raise your cups.
Majors Hatter
And Hare.
as we're on the brink, just not tonight.
They say keep your friends close
And your enemies closer.
It's a tried and tested strategy that's worked for us so far.
With war plans in pieces
And peace talks disbarred,
we're on the brink, just not tonight.
La 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 la
Oh, she's leaving. Funny one, isn't she?
Probably an enemy spy.
Almost definitely.
Hatter,
Yes, Hare?
have you noticed there's a dormouse in the teapot?
I think it's always been there.
Alice had had just about enough of this nonsense and left the majors or colonels or whatever they were behind as she headed north. The general had said that's where the Crown forces were to be found, and it seemed they were the last hope Alice had of talking to someone sensible. But after 3 days of travel through burned-out cities and fields of barbed wire, she was just about at the end of her tether. But as she was about to collapse in complete despair, she saw something on the horizon. Alice couldn't believe her eyes. Even 60 years later, everyone knew what a rose red looked like. But as they got close, she realised they weren't really rose reds, but just their skin, stretched over shuddering robot bodies. Behind them, they dragged a platform upon which stood a real rose red, perhaps the last on the planet. Her uniform was stained black with old blood, and she dragged behind her a human, dressed as a lieutenant. He didn't look very happy at all.
We will find them, we will bind them, we will chop off their heads. We'll replace them with the face of lots of lovely rose reds. We will find them, we will bind them, we will chop off their heads. We'll replace them with the face of lots of lovely rose reds. We will find them, we will bind them, we will chop off their heads. We'll replace them with the face of lots of lovely rose reds.
Lots of lovely rose reds.
Queen of Hearts presiding, I call to the stand the prosecution, the Queen of Hearts. As I was marching my troops to the fray, the craven knave of hearts came retreating my way. He was quickly followed after and brought back with speed. He was handcuffed and guarded and brought before me. Court-martial then quickly was declared, and the sentence passed upon him, off with his head. My queen, have mercy on him in your sad cruelty. I know the queen's duty lies over since decades long gone. No! Until my last bullet, my troops will be strong. Then set him free from his irons and let him go free. He'll make a good soldier for his queen and country.
What happened to Alice after that, no one really knows. Some say she was rescued, others that she lost her own head, and some say she's on that strange planet to this day. All we know for sure is if you're ever in that sector of space, you can turn your receiver to pick up a very odd message indeed.
Come in, all friendly military forces. This is Scout Captain Alice Little requesting reinforcements. Lots of reinforcements. There's a lot of fighting down here.
So you need to send more soldiers. Send lots more soldiers. I need them. I need them for the war.